Hello, everybody. This is Robert. I'm just going to go over what I did with this scale fix or repair. Basically, I fumbled up the recording session, and so I was doing an introduction about explaining how do I go about repairing the razor scales. So these are plastic scales, Reador. They seemed like they were in good shape when I got them, but when I noticed there was a patch on one side, but nothing on the other. And when I started honing, I started hearing a creaking noise or a feeling vibration, and all of a sudden the scale just crumbled, disintegrated. So when I took off the pin, I noticed that the pin was completely bent and stuff. So whoever did it left it too long and was using quite a bit of force. And one thing I didn't notice until later was that they even put the wedge in upside down. So I don't know if these scales were spare parts or they took it apart to clean it and put it back together. But it happens. The blade's in pretty good condition. There was a few little divots in the blade and whatnot, pockets, whatever you want to call it, and had to hone those out. But this is mainly going over my process of using shim stock brass. It's about a 16th inch thick, and I doing it on both, gluing it on both sides to join the new patch with the other. I'm using cowbone, bleached cowbone, which if the color's fairly close. Texture and weight will be different, but it's just to make it look close enough. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with metal, it will get into the glue and it'll darken up, so the seam isn't as seamless as I would like, but for structural integrity and longevity, this will work fine. So through this section, I'm just going over through shaping and getting it close enough to where I can do the glue up. And once I get through the glue up, it was kind of a mess, so I skipped. I showed you gluing it together, but I didn't show you the shaping and the stuff because it was just frustrating it not wanting to stay together and whatnot. So we'll catch you back when I get to that part in the video.
Hi, everybody.
Alright, so this is what it looks like after it's glued and shaped. Of course, you're going to have different colorations. There's not, can't be helped. I can do a little bit more refining, but since the bone's harder material than the plastic will wear faster.
Yeah, it could be better.
It could be better, definitely. Um, I want the reason why they're both uneven is because one crack goes all the way down to here, and the other one's just there. So what I'm going to do is just drill the first hole through the metal, and then get it to match on the other side. Alright, so here I am going through getting the pin ready for the razor, putting it all back together. Here I create a burr on the end to make sure it mushrooms out, so it makes it a lot easier to put the razor together instead of having to tape one side and all that and then fumble about. It kind of gets it pre-ready for you peening and rounding over that metal edge. So it saves you some work. And here I was just making sure it was a wide enough um, edge, whatever you want to call it, a burr. Yeah, basically it's a burr, and makes it so it holds itself, and it kind of gets you set up for how long you need to cut or trim off on the other side. So with this, once I get the washer on the other side, I generally give it a good 16th to not quite an 1/8, but pretty close of gap above the other washer. And I did this off screen. It's just way easier to do it because I have the balance holding the hammer, and then I just buff it up and kind of clean it up with some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and it's ready for sharpening. The bevel was pretty much set on the blade, so I didn't have too much to go, and you'll see that in an upcoming video. So I appreciate you guys watching, and thanks for coming and stopping by. Have a good one.